guys have your seats. So, first, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Texas A&M University-Corpus Christi. Thank you for being here today. It's an exciting day to be an alumni. I want to welcome everyone to campus. We'll get right to it here. When you're searching for a great coach, one of the things that the best coaches are looking for is leadership alignment. That's something that we have here. We've got a fantastic president. I want to acknowledge her and thank her for being here and for her support throughout the search process and for her faith in me at the end of the day to find us the right next head men's basketball coach for the Islanders. And so at this time, I want to invite Dr. Kelly Miller up to say a few words. Dr. Miller.
And this is a very, very exciting day in the history of the A&M University and certainly in the history of Islander athletics. And I would like to thank our athletic director, John Colombo, and the entire team, because it's the athletic program that allows us to attract incredibly high-quality candidates, and we really did. And that's everyone in men's basketball, but in all the athletic programs. The quality that you have brought to the A&M University helps us attract the best and the brightest. And I think that that's what we have with us today. I'm thrilled with the outcome of this search. Now, Coach Lutz, we want to welcome you aboard and welcome your family back to Texas. We are certainly thrilled to have you in the A&M University, but we're also thrilled to have you back in the great state of Texas. You will be joining a group of folks that will be supporting your success. We have students, faculty, staff, administrators, and an incredibly dedicated community, all that will be there to cheer you on as our men's basketball team thrive under your leadership. You will bring, and we know that you bring, experience, you bring knowledge, you bring talent, but you also bring passion and heart that has been proven in many high-quality institutions to our university, and we are extremely excited to see how we help these young men develop as athletes and also develop as students. And all of us at the A&M University are extremely excited to see the victories that we know that you will bring to campus that will allow us to become a mid-major breakthrough and will turn Corpus Christi into a true college town. It is something that we have strived for, and I think we have reached a point in our history with you joining us and joining these fine student athletes to take us to that next level. And so I am very excited to see what you will be able to do with this team for making this your A&M University. I encourage all of you to continue to give your support, and I know once COVID is over, we are all going to be ready to find things to do, to celebrate, and to be engaged in our community, and I can think of nothing better than coming out and supporting your Islander athletes. So welcome, Coach Lutz. We are extremely excited to have you here, and for everyone, go Islanders.
So I want to say a few thank yous here. I want to thank our university leadership, Dr. Miller, Jacqueline Mallman, and Cheryl Kane are here. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes during the search process and transition for coaches, and we've had a lot of help around campus, just making this happen and getting Coach Lutz and his family down here. So I want to thank everybody that's had a role in that, our HR office, Cassandra, Deborah, Sam, thank you for your help with that. I want to thank our athletic staff for their hard work the last few weeks. Lizzie Gomez, Mark Bowling, Randy Newton, Keith Miller, Lee Malone, your entire team, Robert Kleinmans. We hosted a bunch of events last week: indoor volleyball, Southland Championships, beach volleyball, home tournament, home baseball series, and I was able to focus completely on nothing but this coaching search and finding us the right men's basketball coach, because I have a great staff that I knew had everything else covered, so I want to thank you all for that. I want to thank our student athletes. This year has been something like nothing any of us have ever seen before, and the sacrifices that you've made just to be able to play games, the dedication, your commitment to our program, doing the things that you absolutely just had to do just to be able to get on the court and represent our university and our program. I want to thank you all for that, because that was not easy, and that was hard on everyone. And I just really appreciate your dedication, and we're here for you. We're here today because of you guys, and I want to thank you for everything you've done. I heard from a lot of folks during conducting a men's basketball head coach search. We have a high level of interest in this job because people know that this is a great place to be, a great institution with great people. And so there were a lot of really good coaches that were interested. But one man really rose to the top of that list. And he's just the perfect fit for us and what we need right now. He's a very humble man, and so I'm going to brag about him a little bit because I don't think he's going to do that about himself if I've gotten to know him a little bit so far. Steve is a man of character and integrity. He's a devoted family man. He cares deeply about the young men that he coaches and their development on and off the court as players and as people. He's been instrumental in building highly successful winning programs at every stop of his career, and that includes multiple NCAA tournament runs and deep tournament runs at Creighton and Purdue. He's respected as one of the top recruiters in the country. His strong relationships throughout the state of Texas, but also around the country, are going to help us attract the type of talent that we need to go where we want to go, which is winning Southland championships and getting to the NCAA tournament and winning games in the NCAA tournament. And he and I are all on the same page on that. As is Dr. Miller. She reminds me of that from time to time. He's an extremely sharp basketball mind who has matched wits with the best coaches in the country. One of the things we talked about through the process was, John, we're going up against the best coaches in the country in the Big Ten every night, and Steve has been responsible for coordinating Purdue's defense and matching wits with the Tom Izzos and the Brad Underwoods of the world, some of the best coaches in the country. So iron sharpens iron, and that experience that he's going to bring to us as just a tactician is going to be tremendous. He's a fierce competitor. He's developed several current NBA players, including Carson Edwards of the Boston Celtics and Doug McDermott of the Indiana Pacers, both of whom spoke extremely highly of Steve and his role in their development. His work ethic is second to none. That's something I heard from every single person that I talked to about Steve, is no one's going to outwork this guy, and that is a tribute to just what he's about. He and I, we have some things in common there. On top of all that, he's a native of South Texas. It's great to see some of his extended family. His mother is here today, and I know they're excited to have him back home in Texas. He's worked extremely hard. He's worked extremely hard for this opportunity. And so I'm just really, really excited that this is his time to be a head coach and to lead our program. And I want to extend a warm welcome to his wife Shannon and their children Caroline, McKenna, and Jackson, who are very excited they're here today. Jackson's got his Islanders gear on. I love it. They all got their Islander masks. So we're just thrilled to welcome you to Corpus Christi. We can't wait to get to know you a little better. And with that, I am thrilled to introduce the next head men's basketball coach for the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders, Steve Lutz.
Well, thank you. I appreciate all of you that are here today. Obviously it's a very big day for me. It's a very big day for my family. Obviously, I want to thank Dr. Miller. I want to thank John. I want to thank the search committee and the Texas A&M University Board of Regents. Although I'm not sure I should quite thank them because they haven't signed my contract yet. But for me to say that I'm excited is an absolute understatement. I'm humbled to be here. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm exciting, and it's all just rolled into one. But I feel like that I was called to be here. I was called to be the next head coach here at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. In my meeting with Dr. Miller, she kind of made a comment to me, and she says, you know, you Texans are kind of like salmon, and you always kind of flow back to where you come from. And, you know, I never really thought about it at the time, but, you know, when you get into college coaching, your goal is to be a head coach and to take a team to the NCAA tournament and to win. But for you to be able to come to your home state, where you were raised, obviously, and to be able to do that at home, it's going to be that much more special. And while I'm thanking people, I don't want to misconstrue anything. Guys, I appreciate you being here. In today's world of college basketball, we have a transfer portal, right? And I understand there's a lot of people in that portal. And, you know, at some point, you have an opportunity to jump in the portal or stay here on the island with us. And I appreciate that, I really do. And when I talked to you, whatever it was, a couple days ago, we talked a lot about family. And I just can't express how much it means for me to have my family here today. You know, to be able to have my mom and my sisters, and obviously my family, be here and enjoy this moment and share this moment with me is unbelievable. My wife Shannon, you know, she's been with me through the whole ride now. You know, she's been on the recruiting trips in the car. She's been on some of the nice trips as well, but without her holding it down for my family and my kids, there's no way that I could be here today. She knows that I can't thank you enough. I really can't. And for my daughters, Caroline, raise your hand, please. And McKenna and Jackson, you know, they've sacrificed over and over for us to get to this point. And we've had some extremely high highs, and we've had some lows when we had, you know, some losses along the way, or maybe when they've moved and lost friends. But the good thing about all of this is that you always have your family. And, you know, like I said, I feel called for me to have my first head coaching job here back in my home state, and for my family to be able to enjoy it. There is no underestimating how much that means to me. And for them to have, you know, come up from San Antonio today, it just means the absolute world to me. But my family also includes you guys. Because you chose not to be in the transfer portal, you're automatically now a part of my family. And that family doesn't stop the day you quit playing basketball here. I'll be with you for the rest of your career. Whether you need to talk about getting married, or maybe you need to talk about job opportunities, or you're going to talk about changing jobs. That's part of being your family. And we're going to have some extremely high highs. We're also going to have some lows, guys. And, you know, we have to be always in each other's corner and always have one another's back. That's what family does. And kind of tacking along the lines of family, growing up in the state of Texas, you know, the number of high school coaches and AAU coaches and junior college coaches that I consider to be some of my best friends in the game of basketball, I wouldn't be here without them. I wouldn't be here without those relationships. So I want to make sure that they understand as well. I'm ecstatic to be back here, but I'm ecstatic to now be able to be around more, enjoying their successes, to recruit their players. And you know, the state of Texas has some of the best basketball players in the world, and I'm excited to recruit those guys to you know, to join these guys and help build a winning culture and a winning team. The great thing about today is that we all are starting a new journey together. And when you grow up playing basketball, there's not a single person that doesn't dream about cutting down nets and going to the NCAA tournament. And I understand fully Dr. Miller's vision, I understand fully John's vision, and they understand that we're all on the same page, we're all aligned, that our goal is to go to the NCAA tournament. And there is no reason that it can't happen this next year. Now it starts tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., which I'm sure you guys are really excited about. But, hey, if it were easy, everyone would do it. It's not easy, guys. But as I told you when we spoke the other day, when you get on that private plane and they fly you to the NCAA tournament, and you get off that plane and there's a bus sitting there and there's a motorized police car in front and a motorcycle guy behind, and they're stopping all the lights for you and you're just zipping right to the hotel, it's like a feeling you're never, ever going to experience. It never gets old. Like I still have goosebumps. Excuse me. I still have goosebumps on my arm right now just thinking about it. But it takes a lot of hard work to get there. And the good thing about coming into this situation today is that Coach Wilson and his staff have recruited good people. They've also recruited good players, but they've recruited good people. There's not a person that I've spoken to that has not said good things about you guys. And when John and I, and Dr. Miller and I talked about our vision, what we want in a program, I always start with character. Because character is what's going to be revealed when time gets tough. Character is what's going to be revealed on Friday night, or Saturday night, or Sunday morning, or when we're playing at NCAA tournament. And you guys have great character, and that makes me really excited to be able to coach it. Just a little bit about myself, and I've kind of talked to the guys about this. Kind of like Dr. Miller, I started at the bottom. I feel like that I started at the NAI level, and then I was able to move to NCAA level. I went to a junior college and coached for a little bit. I started my first Division I coaching opportunity in the Southland Conference, and now I've been able to kind of move up the ladder a little bit. But this is where my roots are. The Southland Conference is the first Division I job I ever had, and we were able to turn the program at Stephen F. Austin around, and it's something that I'll hold in my heart for the rest of my life. You guys have an opportunity next year to be the Cinderella story of college basketball. You have an opportunity to be the largest turnaround, maybe in wins, for next year. You have an opportunity to go to the NCAA tournament. You have an opportunity to win games in the NCAA tournament. But that's got to be our goal every single year. But my point in starting that and talking about where I came from is because I've never lost that in my vision. And I think that it represents the city of Corpus Christi, because I feel that the city of Corpus Christi is very much like me, a blue-collar town. We don't expect anything to be handed to us. We're going to work every single day. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, but we're always going to pick ourselves up and we're going to come back out fighting again. And we're always going to make the best of it. And so with that being said, I want to say to Corpus and the city, I am so excited to be here. And I can't wait to meet each and every one of you. But these guys, they want to be a huge part of this community. And they would like your support. I would like your support. And together, we can build this into a great program in the Southland Conference. And we can win championships, but we can do it the right way. And then when we're finished with that, these guys will have their degrees. They'll become proud alums. And then they'll sell our vision to the next group of guys. That's how we build a program, fellas. You come here, you do right, you get your degree, you win, and now you've fulfilled everything that you have, because you have two dreams, right? We have one dream, to win the Southland Conference, to go to the NCAA tournament and win games. But we also have a dream through our education. And that dream is what's going to carry you when basketball's over. Because as I told you on the phone, phone the other day, or a Zoom call the other day. It's probably going to be about 50 years we have to do something other than play basketball. And that's where the university and our degree and our power of our alumni base kicks in. I would have to also think that, a few of you would like to talk a little bit about the style of play and what it's easy to say that we're going to win, we're going to go to the NCAA tournament. But just to kind of give you a little heads up about, what I would like and how I would like to play. I want to play a winning style of basketball. And that is going to change year to year. It's going to change based upon our talent, based upon our recruiting, and what makes us most successful. If we have a year where we've got the best big man in the league, we're going to throw the ball in every single time. We've got guys that can really shoot the three, we're going to shoot a lot of threes. Okay? But with all that being said, we've always got to be cognizant of making sure that we take advantage of what we have. And if we have a team that is really athletic, we may get up and press 94 feet. But if we have a team that needs to make sure we keep the ball in front of them and stuff like that, then we're going to have to make sure we keep the ball in front without fouling and then rebound it and turn it and go the other way. But that's never, what never is going to change, whether we play an average 95 points a game or we average 75 points a game, is that when we walk onto the floor, we've got to be the hardest working team in the Southland Conference. That cannot change because there's going to be nights where the ball doesn't go in, but we're going to have to make sure that we fight and we scrap and we rebound and we don't allow extra possessions for the other team and we give ourselves a chance to win, even if it's 51-50. But it's a winning style of basketball, and it starts with good people with high degree of character, and we have that in this room. So we have no reason that can't happen. But the whole point, and I talked a little bit about this the other day, is when you win, it's fun. I want you guys to every day come to practice, fired up to practice, to compete, to go against your teammates, and have a smile on your face doing it. It's going to be intense, there's going to be days where it's hard. But you know what? It's going to make you a better man. And part of the goal of me and my staff is to make sure that when you leave this university with your degree and an NCAA tournament ring, a Southland Conference championship ring, that you also have developed into a young man. It's not only about wins and losses, guys, and it goes back to what we talked about with family. I want you guys, when you finish here, to be productive members in our community, or whether you go back home or whether you get a job in Arizona. But I want you to be able to walk out and wear your Islander shirt and be proud. And people look at you and go, man, he's got it together. I want you to have kids if that's what you choose to do. Get married if that's what you choose to do. Be good husbands, good fathers. Because the game of basketball has afforded you a lot of opportunities, right? It's afforded me a lot of opportunities. And we chose the game of basketball to now pay it back. And we pay it back by being good people, by being productive members in society. I want to close it in saying, guys, I started with saying that I was excited, and I don't know that I've, sometimes when I get up in front of people, I tend to be mellow. Guys, I can't tell you how excited I am about being your coach. I can't tell you how excited I am about you joining my family and me joining your family. We've got big things ahead of us, and I'm looking forward to getting started tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Just a few more thank yous before we wrap up today. I want who really helped us out with getting coaches, family into town, like Frazier over at Lithia, Chrysler Dodge Jeep, our friends over at the Omni. I want to acknowledge a few of the folks that I may have missed earlier. Dr. Bill Kibler from the President's Cabinet, thank you for coming today. I want to thank the search committee, really provided me invaluable perspective. Lizzie Gomez, Dr. Don Dice, our faculty athletic rep, who's just a fantastic advocate and liaison with our faculty on campus. Lee Scott, our conditioning coach, Sherry Tucker from our women's basketball staff, Seth Egerton, who's a men's basketball alum. I want to thank everybody that helped throughout that process. We are very, very excited, if you couldn't tell. Once again, I want to thank everyone for coming out today. Thank you to our media partners who are here today. We'll have Coach available for some question and answer here after the press conference. Once again, thanks everyone for coming out. Shock is up. Go Islanders.